Greetings, Patronus here, and welcome to Fallout 4. Today we'll begin exploring ArcJet Systems. Now, ArcJet Systems is down near the river, so here's ArcJet here. Over here is Grey Garden. This here is Cambridge, and up north here, well, here's Sanctuary. Now, as you can see, I've not been over to Cambridge and discovered that a police department. That's going to be important for later. But let's turn around here, and we'll see across the way is a statue of an aircraft. If you go behind the said statue, you'll actually find a cap stash and a stim pack. And of course, out front, you have this rather pronounced structure here inside, which has just a series of nonsense. Some scrap, some empty bottles if you need them for survival. On the west side of the building, you'll have picnic tables, or just some benches, I guess you could say. Behind ArcJet, you will see that there's some equipment in some containers. Watch out for the radioactive barrels. And then you have this, well, it looks like a bunker, but it's really just a structure that allows for objects to be brought in and out using this crane. Cannot open this door, but it's a nice little set piece. Now, behind ArcJet, up on the hill, you'll see this orange little structure here. It looks like a power generation area, or maybe like a power transfer area. These look like generators. Anyway, over here is a fusion core. You can grab that. And here, actually just find like a tractor with a person on a tractor. I wonder if this person thought the tractor was sexy. Now that is a reference. If you get that reference, you're a legend. And if you don't get that reference, it's a silly song. And just not really a whole lot in here. Just a little bit of scrap and some caps. Oh, and the fusion core. Don't forget about that. Alright, so here we are at ArcJet's front entrance, and let's go inside. Inside ArcJet here, you're going to have to be dealing with some protectrons and some turrets, so I'm going to knock those out and then continue on the exploring. Alright, so we're back to reception area. If you look around, there's quite a selection of scrap. Not too big, not too important, but there's a gear here. That's important for, building things at settlements. Come over to this side here, you might be able to find a Nuka-Cola machine with some Nuka-Cola in it. And who knows what you'll find in the machines there. It's just an assortment of scrap, not too much. Over here, you can get access to, well, this table, this desk, the telephone, and that's really much about it. If there was like, that chair was a little bit closer, we might be able to get up in there using the chair, but unfortunately can't. Door here is damaged, so we can't get in. If we go over here, we'll find that there is a weapon here. Now, sometimes there's a different kind of weapon here at times. So, like one time I came in here, it wasn't a pipe pistol, it was a rifle of some kind. But, luck is luck. So we up the stairs. So we're going to go to the first door on the left here. In here, we'll just find, some more scrap items and, of course, an ammo box. The next door on the left will actually take us to, I guess you could say like a balcony that overlooks the reception area. Here you'll find a duffel bag. Good stuff. Continue around this side and we have an elevator that is permanently out of order. The next door on the left is just the bathroom. In here you can find some mentats. Who knows what you'll find in the mirror? Someone was washing their hands quite rigorously and lost all 3 of their hands. I'm not too sure if people are supposed to have 3 hands, but there you go. In here is a burnt magazine and a bobby pin. And the next left, well, there's a trash can. Look out for the trash cans. They're kind of all over the place. This is just, looks like a conference room. Coffee mugs, cigarette ashtrays, dirty ashtrays, an overdue book. A picture frame. Not a whole lot other than that. Is there anything over here of importance? No, don't look like it. Alright, so the next door on the left is going to lead to this little, look, technically it's an office area with a bunch of stuff in it. You got desks that you can loot stuff out of, and you got an empty Nuka-Cola bottle. Here's an antique globe if you need any of the scrap from that. Alright, so over here, if you go down here, you'll find that there is actually a safe. Open that up, and who knows what you'll get. Alright, so the last door on the, well, not the last door on the left, but the next door will actually lead to an area. If you activate this tripwire here, it will, or if you touch that tripwire, it activates the Protectron. So you could just deactivate that. You could scrap that and be all good to go. Here's a gold watch if you need that. And of course over here we have a terminal with information on it, and we have a science magazine. It's one of the 140 magazines that exist, and of course everybody's favorite, the steamer trunk. And so this is ArcJet as you entered it as an individual without Paladin Dance and not on the Call to Arms quest. So if you go over to Cambridge and you go to the Cambridge Police Department, you'll meet Paladin Dance, and he will offer you or ask you to help him get the deep range transmitter that is actually in ArcJet systems. But we can't get access to that without him being with us. Or can we? And this is where the shenanigans come into play. So I'm going to go and start with the shenanigans. To do that, I'm going to need some power armor. And I know exactly where to get some power armor. So I'll see you there. Now, if you don't happen to have any power armor on you or with you, you can get some by right next to Grey Garden. So here's Grey Garden over here. It's just, south of Sanctuary. You just kind of follow the road past Drumlin Diner and you eventually get here. If you turn around and look up, you'll see a crashed vertibird on the overpass. So what you want to do is you want to head that direction towards that pillar or towards that supporting structure of the overpass. And as you'll see, there's actually a lift right there you can take up to the overpass. Leave the lift and travel west, and you will find the power armor next to the vertibird. Okay, so now that I got the power armor, let the shenanigans begin. So in the reception area here, we're just gonna head over to the damaged door. So we're gonna walk up to the door in first person to get as close as we can. We're gonna go to third person and we're gonna exit the power armor. We're gonna look left and mash activate. And if done properly, it will look like we're stepping in front of the power armor, like that. And that puts us on the other side of the door. So we'll go back to first person so it's easier to see. So if you look up, you'll see that the floor is transparent. This floor here actually leads to that permanently out of order elevator I mentioned. But the reason why the floor is transparent here is because once you enter into here with Paladin Dance on the Call to Arms quest, this floor will be collapsed and block off this entryway here. So which means you'll actually have to walk down the ramp that is created from the collapsed flooring just to get to this room. Now the reason why that happens is to prevent you from immediately going into the engine core room down here at the bottom of the stairs. But since we are now in a new area that we don't have access to unless we are with Paladin Dance, or unless we do a little bit of shenanigans and use power armor to get past that door, let's do a little more exploring. So when you're with Paladin Dance, you'll enter into this room and he'll talk about synths and how they're bad and terrible, etc., etc. So when you enter into ArcJet systems with Paladin Dance on the Call to Arms quest, you will spawn right here with him. Then you'll proceed into here. There'll be a bit of dialogue, and then you'll just continue forth. Eventually you'll get to this room, in which you have to open this door in order to proceed. Now, when that door opens, synths are going to come out and start attacking you. Now, if you don't have the hacker perk if you don't have advanced hacking, you can come over to this terminal here to get a new password, and then use that password to gain access to the terminal to open the door. But you know what? I'm going to show you something a little interesting here. So I'm going to do a quick save. And then I'm actually going to get the password. Oops, excuse me about that. And then I'm going to open the door. Now I'm going to show you a little something right here. I am not on the Call to Arms quest at all. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't even found the Cambridge Police Department, so I've not interacted with the Paladin Dance at all. So there's absolutely no reason why he should be here. But shenanigans. So I'm going to open the door.
Is someone present?
The door is open, and Paladin Dance is here. All the enemies have been defeated. Now, Paladin Dance kind of just runs all the way back to the spawn point of this area. Now, he did say threat neutralized, but if you talk to him,
check your fire. We've got hostiles.
He still thinks that we're under attack. He still thinks there's hostiles in the area. And he'll run back here to the beginning.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
And he'll be locked in this particular situation, seems like forever. So if you don't actually have the quest, and you don't come in here with him, it kind of breaks him and he doesn't work properly. So instead of using the terminal to open the door, I'm going to use the quote-unquote exploit to open the door, to get past this door. Alright, so exit power armor, look left, mash activate. And boom, we're inside. We didn't open the door with the terminal. We didn't activate the quest call to arms. We didn't break Paladin Dance, so we can just continue exploring. If you look, you can still see this still has flammable air in here. But because Paladin Dance ain't here, the synths aren't attacking us. And if you try to enter in here while Paladin Dance is broken back there, the synths will not attack either. So he actually has to walk through this entrance here to actually activate the synths. So he's required for most of the encounters for the synths in this area. So if you're able to, pick this door, you can walk in and skip the long way around. But if you don't want to do that, just look it over here. Just a small little area with computers and whatnot, typewriters, a little bit of scrap, nothing too amazing. Extinguishers, that's about it. We'll go up the ramp here. Into this room. Watch out for the laser tripwire, because there is a trap right there. And up in here you'll find a chemistry and a safe. Empty bottles. Toolbox. Open this door and it'll just bring you up here. Oh no, if you want you can hack this terminal and learn a little bit. Go through this door here and you'll find a armor workbench and a weapons workbench. But as our explore, look around, you might find something you're looking for, or find something you need, or something you didn't know about. Oh, grab the microscope and the duct tape, that's always important. Now over here we have an ammo box, which is great. But this right here also kind of makes me laugh. We have a toy alien on top of a toy rocket. That is funny for me. I enjoy that. It's a good bit of humor. Vacuum tube. Just quite a bit of scrap, really. And of course this door, if you didn't, pick it. Now as we head up these stairs here, we'll come to a blocked portion of the actual place. Now here's the neat bit. Remember when I told you about that floor that was going to be collapsed? Well, part of the change after that floor collapses is that this debris here is cleared, and then you walk down that ramp that is created from the collapsed floor. So let's head back to the beginning of this area. Alright, so here we are where Paladin Dance and yourself would spawn on the Call to Arms quest. As you can see, the floor is still up, it's still not collapsed. So let's head into the engine core. Oh, in this room here, not much of it. This is that room we couldn't get access to. Like I mentioned, hey, if this chair was closer, we could have gotten in, but in here is a safe. A terminal. Now, if this terminal was actually reachable from out there, we could have gotten in without having to do all that fun stuff we just did. And here's that out of order elevator I mentioned that was perpetually out of order forever. Oh, Mentats. Empty bottle. Alright, so let's go down to the engine core. So going through here isn't really much of a change from when you're here with Paladin Dance. Still get the cooler. Still get a bit of scrap. That's pretty much about it. Well, much like with Paladin Dance, in order to get to... Oh, up here? Yeah, in order to get up there, you need to turn on the power. So that means you head on down here. So since the power is off, none of these doors will function properly. So, of course, back here you have the junk jet. You have the technician's personal log, where he complains about people making fun of him. And of course, you have your facilities terminal. Okay, so here we are. We get a free fusion core if you want. Now, in order to use the elevator to get to the top, to the fourth level, you need to turn on the power. But by turning on the power, you activate the calls to arms quest. But unlike in the previous cell that we were in, previous area, Paladin Dance will not spawn here. So he will not break the sequence, which is perfectly fine. But there's one little detail I need to let you know about. Alright, so we turn the power on. Quest begins. With the quest started, the synths will start to appear. Now, one would be tempted to press this button to turn on the engine to fry the synths, but that's where the issue comes from. Since Paladin Dance is not with you at this point in time, if you push this button, the engine will not work properly, which means this elevator will not be accessible. We can't access this elevator. It won't let us happen. Won't let it happen. But also, if you are on survival mode and you are here with Paladin Dance and you don't want to risk the, being annihilated by these guys on survival, as long as Paladin Dance is here, you can press this button, it will wipe out the synths, and Paladin Dance will survive. So no worries. So let's take care of these guys so we can actually get to the elevator. Alright, with all the synths annihilated, let's have a look to make sure. Sometimes synths like to get stuck up there on top of the engine. Alright, looking good. We can now activate the elevator. Okay, so now we are up here on... Ooh, what is this? Oh yeah, this is level 3. We can take the stairs to level 4, to that room there. Or we can go to level 2, to that room... Or to that room over there. So what first we're going to do is we're going to go to this room here. Now up in here, not really a whole lot of anything. Also, when you come in here, the weapon you see might be different. The previous time I was in here, there was a 10mm, but now it's a pipe pistol. And you get a hard hat. Not really a lot in this room at all. So now that we're here, we're at the level 4. We're going to go to this room down here on level 2. So we'll just jump down. And in this room, we will find a Fat Man. Honestly, I did not know about this Fat Man in here when I first came in here a long time ago. So I figured, you know what, I'll make a video on it because I didn't know and I want other people to know.
Hello?
Up in here, we'll get attacked by synths.
You must die.
And we'll find another safe. So now we head into this room here to deal with the remaining synths. And then of course up in here is just more selections of scrap and ammo and whatnot, weapons, and of course everybody's favorite, the steamer trunk. But we also need to collect the deep range transmitter. Now this is where some more shenanigans occurs as it is. So since we are on the Call to Arms quest right now, we can collect the deep range transmitter, and then the next thing is just exit ArcJet systems. So let's do that. We are now outside, and Paladin Dance magically appears. And he is behaving more or less like nothing weird has ever happened. Like we both walked in there together and did the thing. Now all we gotta do is talk to him.
Excuse me.
Well, that could have gone smoother, but mission accomplished.
I thought we worked well as a team.
Agreed. It's a refreshing change to work with a civilian who can follow orders properly. That being said, I believe we have two important matters to discuss. First and foremost, if you'll hand me the deep-range transmitter, I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle.
Thank you.
You're welcome, civilian. Now, as far as the second matter goes, I wanted to make you a proposal. We had a lot thrown at us back there. Our op could have ended in disaster, but you kept your cool and handled it like a soldier. There's no doubt in my mind that you've got what it takes. The way I see it, you've got a choice. You could spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place, trading an extra hand for a meager reward. Or you could join the Brotherhood of Steel and make your mark on the world. So, what do you say?
I'd be honored to join.
That's what I wanted to hear. Meet me back at the police station and we'll discuss the details.
And Call to Arms is now completed. We started the quest by turning on the power inside of the engine core, and not before that. So now we can return to the Cambridge police station, even though we haven't been there yet. But let's see what happens when we go there. So this is Fraternal Post 15. Let's see what happens when we actually go there. Because when you first go to the actual Cambridge police station, they're fighting ghouls. Is that going to be happening now? What's going to happen? Will it break the game? Oh, look at this. No combat between them and the ghouls. No firefight. Ooh, what's this over here? There is a deceased ghoul right here. Rise is fine. Halen's over here being Halen. So there's even no combat at all. So the entire start of the whole thing, everything that happened up until then has just been deactivated. I wonder what happens if I talk to the scribe here.
Halen? More! Over there! Get him!
Where? How about we talk to the paladin, see what happens?
Hey.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
Broken. The sequence is broken. All kinds of shenanigans. We're expecting ghouls to attack. Ghouls are not attacking. It's all busted. What happens if I go inside the police station? Ooh, I can't go inside? Ooh. Will they attack me? Let's find out. Alright, so here we return to the police station. But they're not inside. Reese and Halen are not, not flirting with each other. So everything is marked as owned. So even though I did the things and I helped Paladin dance, and we got the deep range transmitter, because I did it out of order, it's all broken. And I wonder if I go outside if they'll turn hostile against me. Okay, so now that I've gone back there, can I speak to him now? Since I've entered the police station and came out, can I talk to him now?
Hey there.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
Nope, still in the same situation. So now I have a few more questions in my head. Since I've broke the sequence of joining the Brotherhood of Steel by doing the way I did it, I may have just locked myself out of joining the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, of course, I would have to play further into the game, and once I leave Fort Hagen after dealing with Kellogg, I might be able to join then, but then again, I may not be able to because I broke the sequence here. Now, you would normally not do this on a normal playthrough. Like I said, this is just shenanigans. So just so I don't accidentally, irreversibly change the game to where I can't proceed beyond in other areas, I'm going to reload back to all of this before it started. And really, this is just the silliness. Like, there's so much shenanigans that can occur with ArcJet in the Brotherhood just from this. Just a little bit of power armor can break everything. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like and comment. If you're new here, please subscribe. I love your faces, and I'll see you next video.